Pittsburgh is taking to the skies when it comes to innovation. New solar and natural gas now powers Pittsburgh International Airport, making it the first airport of its kind and in the world to do so. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 7:30. I'm Megan Schiller. Nearly 10,000 solar panels are now fueling the airport's energy, and it could be good for your wallet. Joining me now live over Zoom to talk all about it is Allegheny County Executive Rich Fitzgerald. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Good to be with you, Megan. It was an exciting day for Pittsburgh and for southwestern Pennsylvania.
You love it when Pittsburgh is #1. So how do we pull this one off?
We do. And you know, one of the things that we discovered a number of years ago with Marcellus Shale was that, you know, the airport, which owns 8,800 acres, was able to utilize the natural gas along with the solar, as you mentioned, to really provide power, the microgrid. And we'll be the first in the world to be able to be powering our own operations at the airport. Now, most people, of course, know the airport for the flights they take or going to pick up a loved one that's coming in to visit, that type of thing. But there's also a lot of businesses that are operating there, manufacturing, cargo, distribution, you know, corporate headquarters like Dick's Sporting Goods and Eaton Corporation and Thermo Fisher. So all of those places out there are going to be able to see a reduction in their energy costs because we're not going to be on the grid, so to speak. We'll be producing our own energy at the Pittsburgh International Airport.
How does this change make us more competitive here in Pittsburgh?
Because to be able to use our own energy, number one, we can stabilize prices. As you know, we know energy prices often, with whether it's gas or electricity, can fluctuate and can go up. This can be stabilized because we're producing our own energy using the sun to produce a significant portion of it, but also the natural gas that is underneath the ground of the Pittsburgh International Airport. So it'll lower costs for the passenger slightly, not a big amount, but the in-plane passenger cost that is drives sometimes a lot of whether we get flights from different cities and different places like that. And by the way, the good thing is there'll be no cost to the taxpayer because there's no county money that's going into this. It's going to be the contract that was made with the airport with Christina Consotis and her team was pretty innovative to be able to make sure that there are no costs and that the savings goes on to the ratepayers.
Yeah, that was my next question. I'm sure a lot of people asking you how much this is going to cost the airport, but not at all.
Yeah, no, it was a deal that was struck and they put it out for RFP a number of years ago and a competitive bid situation, and they came in with the deal that's there. The other thing that's important that people need to remember is the resiliency, because we've seen over the last few years a couple of airports that have lost power. And those of us living in Western Pennsylvania in our homes know that many people have lost power through some of the summer storms and things we had. Last winter with Texas losing so much power. Atlanta a couple of years ago lost power for over a day. It practically shut down the whole southeast portion of this country, and LA a couple of years ago. So having this resilience of producing our own power, but still being connected to the grid if we need to be, gives us the fact that we're not going to lose power and keep the airport operating.
All right, we are glad that to hear at least that there is an emergency backup plan in case something happens. County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, thank you for explaining it and for joining us tonight.
Good to be with you, Megan. Have a good evening.
You too.